Hello, everybody out there. This is the one verse study for today, and it's over the heart. And so last time we looked at how in Deuteronomy 5:29, what kind of heart God wants us to have, and we should have. I guess it's the kind of heart that He has, but more times out of not, we're going to look at Jeremiah 17:9 today. And more times out of not, this is the heart that most men and women have. And, God does judge us on our hearts. And, I got a message about the last video, and I thought about Titus and how in Titus it says, to the pure, all things are pure, but to the unpure and unbelieving, nothing is pure. Okay, so it's like, the unbelieving, to them, they think they can do whatever they want, and they don't see anything wrong with it, and they don't understand the truth in a pure heart, right? So in a lot of ways, when God judges us on our heart now, I believe it's sort of like how He sees Jesus' righteousness on us. He sees Jesus' righteousness in our heart. Even though a lot of times, we can try to be the best that we can, and we do a lot of wrong. But a lot of times we can do a lot of wrong, but our hearts are still good. Like Peter, when he denied Christ, he still had a good heart. He still loved Jesus. He was just scared, like I made that video about Judas. I don't believe that Judas, probably deep down into his heart, he was still a good man who believed in Jesus. It was just like he, for a minute, fell and Satan took over, which a lot of people can relate to that today, because that's what happens, especially in this world we live in with so much distractions and things like that, it tends to turn us, our flesh, our self, our body, like in Romans 7 it talks about, it turns that wretched and sinful, but our hearts and soul and spirit still belong to the Lord, and they're still pure, through Jesus. You can do bad things but still be a good person down deep. Okay, but let's look at what Jeremiah 17:9 says. It says, the heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Okay, so that's what I'm kind of trying to say, is that ourselves, our flesh, our body, selfishness, like selfies and all these other things. It's all about yourself today. It was like that in the 80s, but it's even more today. And it's like here he's saying, the heart is deceitful above all things. Okay, because before you are understanding the truth and you have Jesus in your heart, then you want all the worldly things. You want all the satanic things that are out there. You don't think anything's wrong with it. And when you get Jesus there, who can know it? Jesus can know it. He can know your mind's thoughts, because you have the mind of Christ. You have the heart of Christ. You have, all of these things. Christ dwells in us. He holds everything together. So even though your flesh, your body, sometimes maybe even your heart, as you feel or other people feel about you, could feel that it's desperately wicked. But if you believe in Jesus and you love Jesus and He's in your heart, then He knows your heart, and He can open your heart to God and to the Father, and and to everyone out there, and He can soften the hearts of men and women for you if He chooses to, even if you're doing wrong, because it says, do my prophet no harm, do not touch my anointed. But also He can harden men's hearts if He chooses to, like Pharaoh and other men through history. I mean, that happens, and sometimes God does that and allows that. So the heart, to make it to Him who will know it, only Jesus can truly know it, the inward parts of the man, and make them pure, is through Jesus. Okay, so that's the one verse study for today. Tomorrow we're going to look at the next part of this. This is a one verse study. We're going to look at Jeremiah 17:10 and see what how the Lord feels about it. Okay, thank you guys.